And hello, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of Snow Talk. Of course, you guys know that we don't have any snow in the outlook, at least not yet, but that will always be the title for the blog each and every week, unless we have more pressing weather, whether it's wind, thunderstorms, or anything in between, locusts, whatever the case would be. That would take preference of the precedence over the blog at that point, and then Snow Talk would then take a bit of a backseat. But until then, it's our title for the season. Always a fun time for the year. As always, since it is the title, I always like to start with any idea we're going to get anything showing up on the snowboard at all. Well, this shouldn't surprise you at all. No indicator just yet. It's too early. Several steps still have to take place to get the atmosphere ready to go for that. Again, we are not quite there yet. But in the coming weeks, especially in December, I do think we have some exciting fun coming our way. All right, before we get to all that, we've got to cover a couple of rainy systems. I know, boring, who cares? But we need some rainfall, so this is not bad news. And in some cases, the rain is planning out where you may have a chance to enjoy taking some nap time. So a nice little plus there. As always, you guys can comment on our social media pages. Aaron's ready to go, as always, with that same emoji each and every time. Aaron, it wouldn't be the same without you, buddy. Hello, Sean. A late one today. Yeah, late one today. Hello to Shonda. Hope you're doing well there into Jeffersonville. And again, if you missed these today, they're, of course, always available to watch on a playback after I am done. All right. As far as any of the rainfall today, it is relatively light. This is more of a steady drizzle type scenario. This is not anything overly impacting. And roughly across central Kentucky, this is the last of the front pieces that came through earlier this week around Election Day night. This is what's left of it. And you can already see where the clouds have already started to erode away in parts of, say, Paoli, Orange County, into Lawrence County, Indiana. Same in Carroll County. You're seeing some of the sun rays shining through. We're going to see more of that as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. All part of the front, again, that is settled away down to the south. All right, our next system is getting its act together with mountain snow, quite a bit of mountain snow, and rain on the front range of the Rockies, about to roll on out like a bowling ball. And, of course, there is Raphael, which is our hurricane, Cat 2. The forecast to weaken as it heads west. The problem, there's a couple of issues with this. If it stays relatively weak in nature and is expected to weaken a bit more as it's getting into a little more of a hostile environment, that would allow it to then likely miss the front, our front that moves in here for the weekend. Our front may be moving too fast. And therefore, Raphael may miss its ride and then just, in a very sad face, then just kind of drift down to the south to the Bay of Campeche. However, if Raphael were to hold on to its intensity, perhaps try to gain a few millibars here and there, which there's not a ton of fuel in the Gulf, but there is some. And the timing is just right to hitch a ride with our front that moves in, then some of its moisture will easily funnel up the front into the Ohio River Valley. No, not the core, not the spin of it, not like Helene did, just the moisture will get pulled off and could enhance some of the rainfall at times into Kentucky. It's still a big if right now until we know for sure the speed on both pieces here. All right, the low moving out and Raphael, they've got to be lined up just right. And if they're off, not only on intensity, but on track and speed there, then the outcome is going to be a bit different. So it's a bit of a low confidence setup for the weekend. Even if we were to say, let's just make this easy, let's just take Raphael off the table completely. I don't want to do that to you, Raphael, but we need to do it for right now. Take Raphael off the table. This would still bring in rain late Saturday into Sunday. Either way, that system is going to give us a rainy setup at times this weekend. Raphael would just only add some intensity on some of the rainfall bands that move through. That's, again, a secondary issue. But the stats on it, there it is, Cat 2, 100 miles per hour sustained. Again, we'll see what happens by the weekend. Here it is in the short term. The current front and the drizzle will fade out. Could see some valley fog. That's possible. Otherwise, tomorrow will be our one-day break of enjoying some beautiful weather tomorrow before we get into the messy scenario for the weekend. I really think even the first part of Saturday, I'll get it right. Dry time on Saturday does look good. I think once you get into 5, 6 p.m. on Saturday, we become overcast. We get it to darkness quicker now. And then it looks like the rain will not be too far away from breaking out. It's this particular model brings it in about 7:30. That's fair. Roughly sunset, and after you should see the radar becoming active out of Tennessee and heading our way. Very off and on, so not a solid band of rain, but it will be enough to keep the roads wet and sloppy out there. If you're heading off to church services on Sunday, same ordeal, messy at times. And if you were to get some of that moisture from Raphael being thrown in, some of those pockets of rain could go up on rain totals forecast as we get closer. So don't be surprised if we make that adjustment. All right, looking at the euro into next week, you can already see the end result. Again, it likes Raphael being more south. Here comes the low moving out of the Rockies. Here comes the front. That'll move in for your Saturday and Sunday special. It moves on by one day, a little break, even maybe Tuesday. We'll give you that. But then another low pressure. This one's got much more of a kick to it. Strong front. The main low attached to it's way up in Canada, but the front itself has got quite the kick to it with cold air behind it and warm and humid air for this time of the year ahead of it. So the stage is set for there to be some type of severe weather episode in the Midwest into perhaps the Ozarks, maybe even the Tennessee and the Ohio Valley. Too early to make a call on that until we know some of the details from this weekend. But at least on paper, that is going to be our next system to watch. And especially if it's going to be an afternoon time period of arrival, that may raise the flags a little bit more on any severe potential. But right now we're thinking just a wall of wind and rain that will come on through quickly, and maybe when a lot of you are asleep. And then we get into after that, then we calm things down, stay relatively seasonable. Looking down the road as we watch and keep an eye on the polar vortex, which is spinning around like crazy there. It is staying bottled up overall. It is a positive Arctic oscillation indicator. Every once in a while, as a dip down, when it does, you get these little spokes that do come off of that try to sneak in the lower 48. One of those happening for us at the end of our 10-day may give us a day or two in the 50s as a result. But that's baby cold. That's not going to get you anything too exciting until you break this or stretch it. You only have to stretch the polar vortex out. You don't have to break it free completely. But if you get a stretched signal that can then extend down into the lower 48, then things can get a little more exciting. And the snow cover is going up, is building up in this area. So the combination of the two could make, it may take some time to get the end result of that, but it could make the end of November, more likely December, a bit more exciting for us. All right, guys, let's get right to your 10-day early alert. See if you have any questions. I can quickly answer for you guys. Let's see. For It to Look Festival, I need to be in December. And you know what? That's, Aaron, most of our guests from the weather team, we're all about the same time, second, third week, including Christmas, is what we're targeting for what we think will be the first measurable snowfall. So it may work. We'll see. Okay, thank you for letting me know on that. I'm not sure why I didn't go through. I will look at that. We've got a couple of issues in our systems, why it's been back and forth with our signals lately. A lot of enhancements, but enhancements that are good, things that you guys will like down the road, which could go through some growing pains there. So I, as always, appreciate you all. We'll get to you somehow or another. We know when we have trouble, but we promise to aim for it to talk to you. Okay, everyone looking good? All right. Again, the outlook in the 10-day, that's not a bad looking 10-day. And we got some rain on the weekends, but that's good nap weather, in my opinion. Enjoy that. All right. Have a good one, guys. And I will see you coming up on the flip side.